Hey boys and girls, today we're going to talk about matter. Matter, it's what the world is made of. During this lesson, whenever you see this symbol, you're going to turn and talk to a partner. So make sure you're listening very carefully and ready to talk to a partner when I ask you a question. In today's lesson, we've got some learning goals. One learning goal is, I can explain what matter is. That means by the end of this lesson, you should be able to turn and tell your partner what matter is. Another learning goal is I can use my senses to describe the physical properties of matter. We're going to do some activities in class for you to be able to do this. Our last learning goal is I can discuss how certain properties help us to sort matter into categories or states of matter. Again, we're going to do some activities in class where you get an opportunity to sort matter into categories. What is matter? Everything in our universe is made of matter. All matter takes up space and has weight. There are three basic states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. But what's the difference between a solid, a liquid, or a gas? I know you've heard of those before, probably last year in first grade, but what's the difference between them? Let's find out. Solids. Solids hold their own shape. Solids have weight. Solids take up space. Like these rocks. They have their own shape, they have weight, and they take up space. Can you think of some other examples of solids? Turn and tell your partner some other examples of solids. What did you say? I thought of an iPad. That's a solid. It has its own shape, it has weight, and it takes up space. And you're a solid. You have your own shape, you have weight, and you take up space. Let's talk about liquids. Liquids take the shape of their container. Liquids have weight, and liquids take up space. Can you think of some examples of liquids? Turn and tell your partner some examples of liquids. Let's see if we were thinking the same thing. I thought of water. Water takes the shape of its container. In this one, it's the shape of this water bottle. Liquids have weight. Water has weight. And water takes up space. It takes up the space inside this water bottle. I also thought of the chocolate milk we have every day in the cafeteria. It takes the shape of its container. This milk is shaped like a box. Milk has weight, and milk takes up space. Last one, let's talk about gases. Gases spread out to fill the entire space given. Gases have weight, and gases take up space. Just like the gas inside this hot air balloon. Can you think of examples of other types of gases? Not the gas that goes in your car. That's a liquid. Think of an example of another type of gas. Turn and tell your partner. Let's see if we were thinking the same thing this time. I thought of the air inside of a regular balloon, like this party balloon. That's a gas. I also thought of the smoke that comes out of a volcano. That's a gas too. The air in a balloon spreads out to fill that entire balloon. The smoke in a volcano is going to spread out as far as it can in the sky to fill up all of that space. Gases have weight. I wonder how much the air in that balloon weighs, or how much that smoke from the volcano weighs. And gases take up space. The air in this balloon is taking up all of that space. And the gas from this volcano is filling up the space in the sky. Let's think about these states of matter. What would it take for matter to move from one state to the other? This ice cube is a solid. What would it take for it to change from this solid into a liquid? And the water inside this glass is a liquid. What would it take for it to turn into a gas? Turn and tell your partner. What do you think it would take for him to change from one state to another? Let's take a look. Energy determines the state. So, if we have a solid and we add energy, like heat or heat from the sun, then it changes state to a liquid. If we have a liquid and we add energy, like if we heat it up, that's energy, or if we get heat from the sun, then the liquid turns into a gas. So energy determines the state of matter. Let's take a look at this diagram. If we add or subtract energy, then matter changes state. So if you look at this diagram here, we start at number 1 with these ice cubes, and we heat them up and add energy, they become a liquid. If we add energy, if we heat it, that's energy, then the liquid forms a gas. And then the gas particles have water molecules in them, and the water molecules drip back down here into water. And you know, if we put water into a freezer, it turns solid into ice cubes. And it starts all the way back over again. So if we add or subtract energy, the matter changes state. We talked about 3 states of matter today. We talked about solids. Were these some of the examples you told your partner? They all hold their own shape, they all have weight, and they all take up space. Here's some more examples of liquids. Were these some of your examples you told your partner? All of these liquids take the shape of their container. Look, that water is pool-shaped. That hot chocolate is mug-shaped. They all take up space, and they all have weight. And here's some examples of gases. Oh, I didn't think of wind from a fan. All of these gases fill up all the space that they have. They all have weight, and they all take up space. So remember our learning goals for our lesson today? Can you do these things? Can you explain what matter is? Can you use your senses to describe the physical properties of matter? Can you discuss how certain properties help us to sort matter into categories or states of matter? You're going to do some of these activities in class to show that you learned these learning goals. Thanks for helping me with the lesson today.